Good morning. Oh, I think I should turn this. So I don't know how this is going to work out when I finish the video. Um, so me and my daughter-in-law had an interesting conversation last night. I wasn't going to do a morning epiphany. This is Saturday morning. Maybe I won't put this up till Monday. But we've been talking about some things, and then I went and I was looking at Andy at 13 Moon Tarot. She did with this solar eclipse coming up on the 21st, which is just a couple of days away. And she was saying some things about Virgo. And I'm a Leo Virgo cusp, and I've got 3 planets in Virgo, so I'm more Virgo than I am Leo. And everything she was saying, I was listening half of it yesterday at work, and then I was listening to the rest of it early this morning, because it is 5 o'clock, North California. Guys, I'm up early. I sometimes go back to bed, because when I get up to this is when all the downloads come in and stuff. But me and my daughter-in-law were talking about something, and then Andy was talking about something, and I was realizing, so this is the morning epiphany, guys. My name is Lana. This is the Lighthouse. So, guys, I want y'all to realize something. Every one of us is different, right? But something I'm learning is, so first of all, Andy said something, and it kind of explains why me and the ex-boyfriend ended up parting, because he's very linear. You got to do this, and go this way. Me, I'm more like the jeweled web. I take a little this, a little that, a little this, a little that, and I weave it all together. I'm like a weaver, right? With my energy. I mean, I can go spread out like this. That's why I guess why the map readings feel so good to me, is because they're like this, right? They're flat. They're not like this, right? So, but me and a friend had been talking at one point. I'm gonna weave these all together, okay? She was talking about her son. She's got, of her 5 kids, one of her kids is autistic. And she says he's always telling her, Mom, there's a ghost here. And he's like 5 years old, right? 5-year-olds shouldn't even know what a ghost is, right? But he'll tell her when he sees different entities. And children with autism have different levels of it, right? Some are nonverbal, some they don't want to be touched. They're like super, they're little sponges. They soak up everything. And therefore, some things, it's just like, ow, ow, ooh, oh, ooh, you know, because they take in so much. Well, so do ADHD kids. We take in a lot. So, which can drive you nuts. Drive the people around you nuts. But it's making me realize it's how I move in between the realms. It's the reason why the angels told me you were made this way for a reason. So I'm realizing how incredibly unique I am. And it's like, well, I don't really think I'm nothing special. But everybody's special, you know? Everybody has their own gifts. Everybody has their own thing, right? And you might see something, a way of being, or a way of how you operate in the world, how you operate in your own spirituality, how you operate at work. And maybe you have all these little mini realities, right, that you operate in between. Those are all special. They make you special because you can see different things. Whereas some people are so logical, they can't see, like a lot of scientists. I mean, if we can't prove it, it doesn't exist, right? Which is not necessarily true. So, me and my daughter-in-law were talking, and I realized a lot of things last night. I was sitting here after work. I drank me 1 beer, and we were sitting here talking, and all of a sudden, all this information came in, and I started telling her about it. And I was like, oh my God, this explains how I move between the realms. I don't know if I can describe it again, and she's like, that makes total sense to me. And me and her started talking about some deeper things that we've never talked about before. We always do. And so to me, my friend Shy, they both at some point want to come onto the channel and talk. If I can ever get my computer figured out and get Zoom figured out, maybe we could do something like that. But it's one of the reasons why they're so close to me, is like they totally get me, right? So we're talking about all these different things. And I'm realizing, just like what Andy said, how some of us, we weave together things, you know? And it's like little pockets of energy that I can connect to, which is why the map readings come through so well, the cloud readings come through so well, because I see a connectivity that's not in a linear fashion at all. It's a little over here, a little over there, a little over there, right? Because my brain is multifaceted, because I'm ADHD. I like to say my brain is splintered, which I don't mean it in a negative way. It's energetically splintered, that I can see in these different realms. I can pick up these different energies of going into the future. I can pick up some things a little bit from the past and make it make sense in my present day reality. So that is actually almost like a third eye energy too, where you can see the bigger picture, how you fit into it, and how you can connect the dots, and how you can move in between, energetically between things, and still make sense of the bigger picture. And I'm like, I was telling my daughter-in-law, I was putting some things together, and I'm like, my God, I never thought of myself that way. And she's like, but I can see it. I'm like, you can? She's like, yeah, I can see it. I can see it with you. I see it with Addie. That's my granddaughter. And she's having some things go on right now. And she's like, Mom, I hear my spirit guides talking to me. And so when she went to go get back, when they changed her medication, because she's on medication, Courtney's like, don't say anything about hearing things, or they're going to think you got schizophrenia. And Addie's like, but Mom, it's not like that. They're not like telling me to hurt myself or not like that. They're actually guiding me. They're telling me, who to be careful of, who to, so she's hearing things in a way I don't hear them. I just get the ringing and then later have to dissect it and pick it apart. She's actually hearing them talk to her and telling her, go this way, go that way. You need to avoid that one. That one's okay. They're working with her to teach her how to use her third eye. So she's listening to her messages, and boy, it makes me wish I was in Mississippi so I could work with her. So, and so I've actually been guiding her a little bit, and I've talked to her about a couple of things. Like when she went to school one year, she had a couple of kids that bullied her for a couple of years straight in elementary school. And then one year, she got tired of it. And some girl said something to her, and she ran her head, I think she ran her head into the fence or something, because the girl was acting like she was getting ready to come after her. No, the girl, her and her friend, and the friend's sister, went away from where people could see them, and then the big sister proceeded to try to beat her up. And she did that several different times over the course of, right? And finally, Addie said, fuck this, I'm tired of this. And the next time the girl tried to go hit her or something, Addie fought back. So they both got called to the principal's office. Addie got in trouble, the other girl didn't. And I told Addie, I said, you know what? I said, you know what you need to do? And if y'all want to tell me I did wrong, that's fine. I can handle that. But I told her, next time she comes up to you, tell her, you touch me again, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I'm going to rub your face in the dirt. Get the fuck away from me. So Addie did something similar to that. Girl looked on her face, walked away, and has never bothered her since. But she thought she was going to be a pushover. And she was till a certain point, until she got tired of it. And sometimes we have to get tired of somebody telling us we're not worthy, we're not valuable, we're not, before we go, well, wait a minute. I'm here. I do have worth and value. Or, well, wait a minute. I do have people that like me, so who are you to tell me I can't be liked? Or who are you to tell me, this, or whatever it is that they're saying to you, right? Some of us realize it really, like when I was young, I had a couple of friends. And I had one of them who always made me feel like I was shit. The other one was always telling me how sweet I was and how much, that even though I talked real fast, she loved me, right? She always made me feel worthy and valuable. Whereas the other one always made me feel like I was beneath her. You know what I mean? And we were all about the same age. And I think they were all like 1 year each older than me. But over time, I came to realize I'm just not everybody's cup of tea. And if I'm not your cup of tea and you leave the room, that's fine. Because not everybody's going to get me. I'm not going to get all of you either, right? And of course, we've always got those haters out there. I've been seeing a few more of them show up in different things I've commented on. And I always go in and go, oh, hide this notification. I just don't need your negativity, right? So guys, most of us, it's just, we learn so many lessons along the way, right? And you have to realize that you have value, you wouldn't be here. So that's my little morning epiphany. I'm sitting here, I'm working on a cup of coffee number 2. I've got my joy cup. So it feels like to me like the energy is horizontal, but it feels like it's starting to expand. And I'm definitely feeling this bigger shift of those of us moving, us light workers, those of us that are moving towards the spiritual. And I'm feeling a much bigger gap between, like, I realized the other day, some people at work, I was like, I realized something yesterday. When somebody said bye to me, I was like, that's all you're ever going to get out of that person. They're going to say hi and bye. They're never going to investigate you further to see if there's anything you have to offer, right? So I'm like, I can handle that. But when I was younger, I couldn't. I wanted everybody to be my friend because that's just the way I'm built. It's taken me 62 years of working on that and having to rebuild my self-esteem over the years to realize I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay. It didn't used to be, but it's okay because I have my own worth and value. And if I can sit here and do a map reading and pick up energies off a piece of paper that's telling me about a place, if I can do my runes and they talk to me and so they give me words, they tell me things, they show me pictures, I scry through them, they show me so many different ways. I pick up names, I pick up places, I pick up different energies. I'm like, wow, that's multifaceted right there, right? If I can pick up things from the clouds with my cards and my runes and see something that I didn't see when I originally just looked up and saw this cloud, right? Makes me faceted. So I'm starting to learn that some things are just okay with me now. I'm not going to get upset about them. If that's all that person's ever going to give me, you're not meant to be on my path. Hi, bye. I can handle that. So I've learned a few things about myself. What have you learned about yourself recently? That at your age you thought, no matter how old you are, whether you're young or older, and you said, that's now okay with me, whereas it didn't used to be. So I've learned to overcome some obstacle in my life. That I'm now okay with that. I'm grown. I can handle that. I can handle that. I can handle that, right? And it's a matter of learning and growing as you go forth into the future, right? So don't forget how multifaceted you can be. Don't forget that you have worth and value. If you're still here, there's still something you're meant to learn. There's something, because most of us are teachers and students at the same time. You can learn something from every single person you meet, even if it's only that it's okay to say hi and bye to them, right? So you're going to find teachers along the way. They're going to teach you something you didn't know, that you never realized, like an epiphany moment or an aha moment. You're always going to meet people that, yeah, I don't think, hi, bye, it's okay, right? And you don't have to look at those people as bad, per se, but just realize if they're not in your vibe, if they're not in your energetic field, maybe in a past life you already learned something from them, and there's nothing left in this, you know what I mean? You can, and if you learn that there's nothing there to learn, that's okay too. It's just like when you make no choice, you're still making a choice. It's the same energy. Do you see what I'm saying? As saying, well, I guess there's nothing I can learn from you, but maybe I learned something from you in a past life. Because a lot of times we run into people that we've known in a past life. So even if you realize when you see them right off the bat, I don't like you, or you try to be nice, we've heard things about them, and then you hear them say something and you go, well, that sounds like it's nice, but now when I dissect it just a little bit, or I look at it for a minute and it goes over my head, I'm like, well, this person didn't realize you just said something really ugly to them. But you said it in such a way, it sounded like a compliment when really it wasn't. One of those backhanded things. Like somebody told somebody recently that they were in their element, and it was a job that they used to do, but they now had a bigger job. They had progressed in their field. And the way it came across to me was, I was like, because I'd heard negative things about this person, but I sat back and I looked and I said, oh, so now I feel like you're telling this person they should have stayed down at this level because they didn't belong up at this level with you. And I was like, well, that's really kind of shitty thing to say, especially since this person got the job above you. Something I noticed at work. I'm not saying no name. I'm not telling any more than that. And I was like, that's really, what a bitch. What a bitch. And just the look on this person's face, I'm like, and the other person, it just, they didn't even get it. But I saw it. And I'm like, this person probably deserves to be here more than you do. Because you don't know how to keep your mouth, you don't know how to not say something nasty. Or you say something in a backhanded way that makes it sound like a compliment when it's really not. And I saw this so clear. And the other person standing for me, a really sweet person, it just went right. They just didn't even hear it. So, guys, try to be nice. Try to be nice, because there is no harm in, if you don't agree with somebody or where they're at, there's nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying? If that person's not meant to vibe with you, there's no reason to try to be nasty. So realize that some of us are multifaceted. I mean, I'm not sure what exactly I'm trying to say here. I'm just realizing how, hey, they're in my bag of maps. Someone gave the school up the road, got rid of a bunch of stuff, and I was given a bag full of maps, and I was like all excited about it. And I'm going through them. I've got some that are too big, but I'm going to start using some of them, because I think I've got one of Alaska, I've got one of Hawaii, I've got one of South America. I got some new maps. So and somebody, oh, let me give a shout out here. Jenny Fraser. Jenny Fraser is one. She's in New Zealand. She has been a member of my channel, I think, since the fucking beginning. She's been with me for 3 years. She's always got something sweet to say. I think she's an older lady like me, because she was talking about being at her son's house. So, Jenny Fraser, you are so sweet and kind. Maybe one day we can exchange emails and pictures or something, and we can talk more. But I have a few people that have been with me since the beginning that really get me. And you know what? I treasure you guys. I really, really do, because I am not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not always going to be somebody that says what people want to hear. Sometimes there'll be things I'm going to say people don't want to hear. But I listen to my angels. I listen to my guides. I'm kind of channeling a little bit, guys, and I don't have no rooms or nothing in front of me. And every time I mention them, I kind of get the shakes. So it's like they come in and they're like, we're with you. We're surrounding you. Okay? Guys, everybody's different. Everybody has something of worth and value. And even if you can't learn anything from that person, or you don't feel like you vibe with that person, somebody else does. So everybody's got something, okay? Even those that can give offhanded compliments that sound like they're really being a crappy person, right? Just ignore those people. And if you see that they said something about somebody else, then maybe at a later date you can go up to that person and you can say something nice to them. Like, hey, I saw the way you handled such and such, and I really like that. You know what I mean? Throw off the negative and throw something positive in there. You know, do it at a different time or something. Especially if that person didn't realize that somebody said something nasty to them, and it kind of just went over their head. Because I have that happen to me a lot. When I was younger, people would say things, oh, look, she's wearing a sweater like so-and-so has. Oh, but it looks better on her. And it'd be like, fuck you. I just couldn't say it, right? It was when I was in school. I was in like the 9th grade. My mother got me this sweater that it was itchy. I couldn't, because I'm ADHD, so some materials like the kind that they make yarn stuff, knitted stuff, it irritates my skin. I can't, it's one of those ADHD things. I can't wear it. One of my grandchildren can't stand certain smells, like incense. He's like, Grandma, I can't do the incense. It's like it's overpowering, because the ADHD is in the same part of the brain as dyslexia. I don't know if it's here or here where it's at, but just like with me, really loud noises and some types of material just make me cringe. We lived outside of an Air Force base when I was growing up, Keesler in Biloxi, Mississippi. And when the jets would go over in the fall, or if I was near the airport, people would see me doing this, and they're going like, what are you doing? I'm going, it hurts my ears. But I couldn't, but it wasn't actually a hurt. It was just too much. But I still can't explain it, what it feels like. Because it doesn't really hurt, but it's just, I have to cover my ears. It's too much. So I'm definitely out there. But guys, every one of us is different. Every one of us picks up things differently. I didn't realize I was holding a dead cigarette here. So, yeah, and some things I just don't realize, right? So guys, I guess what I'm just trying to say this morning is that we're all different. We all pick up things in a different way. And there's no wrong way to be you. All right? There is no wrong way to be you. So this will probably come out on Monday, but it's Saturday morning. I've got a map reading to do this morning. I've got maps to go through. I've got some cleaning up to do because someone's supposed to come over and work on my roof today. But if he doesn't show up today, then on the 1st, I'm going to go find somebody else. I'm just not going to wait till the snow comes and have snow coming through into my house. So I love everybody. Guys, thank you for being here. Jenny Fraser, this is to you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. All right, guys, love and light. I hope you all got something out of this morning epiphany that I didn't mean to make. Love and light, guys, love and light.